Okay, it's time again for word work. Today we're going to learn about the long I sound. The long I sound sounds just like the letter I. It's the sound that you hear at the beginning of the word ice, 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 ice. Do you hear that long I sound? Ice. There's more than one way to spell the long I sound. Today we're going to look at 4 different ways that we can make the long I sound. One way is to have an I and then an E on the end. The E becomes silent and the I becomes the long I sound. Another way is to have an I at the very end of a word. The very end of the word. It's sometimes pronounced I when it's at the very end. Another way is IGH together. When IGH are together, they make the I sound. I sound. And the last way has no I at all. There's no I when I'm writing it out and spelling it. It's when I have YE at the very end of a word. YE at the very end of a word. So let's take a look at our first way, and that's having an I with a silent E on the end. Help me sound out this first word. T-I. 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 Tie. 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 So the IE makes the long I sound. Tie. T-I'd. T-I'd. Remember, we don't say the E when it's on the end, and it's making our vowel sound, our I, the long I. T-I'd. T-I'd. Tied. 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 R-eyes. Rise, 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 rise. He is rising out of bed. Rise. Now I know this must be a proper noun because I see that it has a capital letter. This is a name. M-I-K, M-I-K, Mike, Mike, Mike. Mike, Mike. So when I have an I in the word and then an E on the end, that E becomes silent and I say the long I sound. Let's look at another way. Another way is when I have I at the very end of a word. It sometimes is pronounced like the long I sound. I, hi, hi, hi. So when we want to say hi, like hi, how are you? Or hi, hello, it's just spelled H-I, hi. Fungi, 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 fungi. So when I have more than one fungus, it's called fungi. Fungi. Okay? Rabbi. 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 A rabbi is a Jewish religious leader. Rabbi. Here's another one where the I on the end actually means that it's plural. If I have more than one cactus, it's cacti, 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 cacti. So I know if I have an I on the very end, it sometimes makes the long I sound. Another way I can make the long I sound is with IGH. Let's look at some IGH words. Light, 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 light. The IGHT altogether makes the I sound. Light, light, light. Flight, 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 flight. So you may have heard somebody do this before when they're frustrated. S-I, s-I, sigh, sigh, sigh. A sigh is when somebody goes like, oh, that's like a sigh. Sigh. Now, if we want to say high, like meaning way high up, it's not spelled H-I, it's H-I-G-H. H-I, H-I, high, high, high. He is high up on that cliff. High, high. And the last way that we're going to look at does not have an I, the letter I at all, but it sounds like the long I. That's when we have Y-E at the end of a word. B-I, B-I, bye, bye, bye. So this is like when you're saying goodbye to somebody. Bye-bye, bye. R-I, R-I, rye, rye, rye. You may have had rye bread before. Rye, rye. D-I, D-I, die, die, die. This is the type of dye, like the type of dye that I would use to color my clothes. Die, die. Okay, so now is the time that you would log off and go to WordWork and do the WordWork assignment, then do the writing assignment, then go on to Raz-Kids and do your reading for today. We are trying to reach our stretch goal of reading at least 16 books a week, at least 16 books a week. Thank you so much for learning about the different ways to make the long I sound with me. We know we can do it with an I in the word and an E at the end, like t-I, tie. We can also put an I at the very end of the word, and sometimes it makes the long I sound, like fungi, fungi, fungi. We also know that sometimes IGH also makes the long I sound, like the word light, light, light. And the last way we looked at today doesn't have an I at all. It's a Y-E at the end of a word, like the word die, 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 die. Thank you for learning with me. Now's the time for you to log off of this video and log on to Google Classroom to complete your WordWork, writing, and Raz-Kids. See you tomorrow.